Aloha everybody, London here. Just wanted to talk about a little bit about the equipment that I've been riding on these last couple swells. So this right here is my Londonator kind of all-rounder board. Basically we've got a really kind of straighter outline but well balanced at the same time for the shape of the board. This one here is a 6.0. I've been riding from basically three sizes. So I have a 6.0 that I really like, I have a 6.4 and I have a 6.8. Seems really big, but it isn't. So we all know Sunova's technology. Basically, it's super light. So that with the 6.8 kills like the swing weight factor. You don't have like a big nose swinging around, so you can really maneuver it very well. These are my top three boards for kind of all around good conditions here in Portugal. If it's basically 4 foot to just overhead, I'll ride the 6.0. If it's a little bit bigger or the conditions are requiring something with a bit more rail line, I'll ride the 6.4. 6.4 is probably my favorite board of the three. It's the board that I'll go to for both turns and for surfing barrels. Whereas the 6.0, it's more of a turn only or a small barrel type board. I don't actually like the 6.0s for turns. I feel like that they just whip around a little too easier. I like to really like stretch out my surfing as much as possible and really push. And I feel like I'm a little bit limited with the 6.0, always kind of having to baby things. So that's where my 6.4 comes in. And then the 6.8 is basically my step up, sorry, husky photobombing. And the 6.8 is basically my board that I use when I need to step up the conditions a little bit. Need something with a bit more paddle power to get in early and really get into the barrels. This is actually one of my favorite constructions. So you'll notice on my other boards, they're kind of blondish. It's actually not balsa, it's blonde Polonia. So I've been riding now almost full Polonia boards. My 6.4, it's a half Polonia, half balsa. This one's full Polonia. My 6.8 is also full Polonia, just in the blonde variant. Basically, it's got a Polonia deck, balsa rails, Polonia bottom again. This particular board right here is one of my favorite boards for barrels, I think, due to the construction. Even though it's a 6.0, this board does seem to surf a little bit bigger, and I think that's due to the Polonia construction. It's got a very kind of rounded rail, almost all the way back to the tail here, and it starts to get sharp, so it can really grip the water well, which is quite nice. And it's just generally a all-around very good high-performance surfboard. When I went to France, stepping off, I was riding my 6.4 originally, and that was working absolutely amazing. I think that's the ideal step-off board size, just due to the fact you don't have a lot of board in the way, because when you're like sitting on the ski, you're holding the board kind of on the side here, holding onto the jet ski over here, and you got the driver right there in front of you. So if you have a big board, you're kind of like banging into him or getting stuck on the ski or getting tied up. So that was like a great board just to be able to like jump off and be like ready to go. Had the stability that you needed, because when you jump off the ski at that speed, you actually like bounce a little bit. So had the stability needed to really like be able to hold, get up to your feet and set your lining into the barrel. I ended up breaking that board on a bomb, just pulled into this barrel, didn't quite get the line right, kind of got like drifted down and got just fully lipped, completely destroyed. Broke the board on that wave, actually quite a heavy wipeout. Unfortunately, had to switch over to 6.8, but then it actually worked out well because the day after was a lot bigger, so we got some good waves. Back home at Super, I've been riding my other 6.4, so I have two of them. Basically, they're exactly the same board. One I like better than the other one, never know why. Surfboards, you know, always kind of turn out slightly different, even with the amazing capabilities Sunova has at replicating boards down to the actual gram of the wood. So I have boards that are really close, but there's always, you know, that magic one or two, for sure. So was riding that a lot and also riding my 6.0. This board's felt really good. Had a big fin box blowout. This board not too long ago, right here, took out some rocks at an unknown slab with my fin and lost the fin box. So this board, I just got it back into commission. Can't wait to get back on it again. Conditions look really good the next couple days. We've got some interesting waves tomorrow. We're headed up to a spot up north from Peniche to go surf. Don't know what the conditions are exactly going to be like, but I'm definitely going to bring all three of these sizes that I've been riding. Could be anything from some fun turn waves to some big barrels, so we're gonna go find out. But I just wanted to give you guys a little update of what I've been riding in these conditions. And yeah, really been loving it. You.